Good morning guys, TheBroGrammer here again today with a brand new video. Last video we've talked about the conditional operators. Alright, today it will be a complementary video for this. Today we're going to talk about the Boolean expressions. Alright, I wasn't sure if I should have done it before, but then doing it before wouldn't have any impact since we didn't know what the conditional operators were. Alright, so today we will be talking about the Boolean expressions. I'll show you a few of them. There's multiple ones. All right, I'll show you the main ones and then we'll go from there. So let me start by closing this project right here. Let's open a new one. Yes, I know at the end of the years we'll have like billions of projects. All right, reason why we're closing some is because they don't take any space in the memory. All right, so today Boolean expressions. Yes, right, Boolean expressions are basically what's gonna tell you their conditions. They're what will define what the condition is. That's what it is. All right, within your conditional operators expressions. Jesus, this is start well with me right now. All right, and don't forget I also have a French channel. All right, if you need the videos in French, the French channel is always available. If you go on my channel, you'll see where it is. There's a link directly to that. Alright, so here we have our project. We will create our class, our new class. We will call it Boolean expression again. Alright, now as you can see, I've updated the font a little bit. It's pretty big. I hope it'll be easier for you guys to see. Now let me go back here, the same thing, programmer as usual. Alright, now change this date again. Like I said, I'm trying to upload a video every single day. It's not always feasible, but then again, I apologize in advance. Alright, and then description. Alright, so the main thing today will be to show you why the Boolean expressions are important, in the sense that they will dictate what your conditions are going to be inside the conditional operators. Alright, now we will import the same library as I always import because we're doing basic stuff right now. Don't worry about it, guys. I know some of you are like, wow, this is not like something major as of now, but don't worry about it. We're getting there slowly but surely. We need to start walking before running. All right, if you have requests for like tougher stuff or something specific, oh, don't hesitate. All right, do not hesitate. Send me those requests and I will be sure to make a video and quote you inside the video. All right, so this is our class definition. And we will create our main side of it. Right, the main function will allow us to run our code. Alright, now we'll just go with one basic conditional operator, the if else. Alright, pretty simple. We saw it last time. If you don't remember, please go see my previous video. Alright, now if else, that's the way I like to put it. Alright, or some people just put it like this. For me, I just find it easier to read it like this. Alright, else. Alright, then I just move this here. Alright, that's just me. Alright, that's just me. But then again, we're all different, right? We're all different. So Boolean operators. Alright, there's a whole shit ton of them. Alright, I'll just put them in comments right up top here. Alright, so there's the equal. Alright, we saw it last time. There's the different. Alright, there's, oh sorry, not different, but not equal. That's what it is technically. Alright, and that's if it's smaller than, well, yeah, smaller than, bigger than. Alright, smaller than equals, or equals, bigger than or equals. Alright, Alright, so those are the basic ones we will see for now. We will also see the logical operators, as in they're still Boolean operators, but we call them logical Boolean expression in a way, or operators. Alright, why? Because they're a little bit different. Alright, we'll get to that. Alright, so this is the AND, and we have the OR. Alright, for those that does electric engineering or software engineering, some type of engineering or electricity, you will know those because of the logical circuits. Alright, so this is the equal. Alright, actually I should say equals, doesn't equal, okay, bigger than, oh sorry, small, bigger than here, and then smaller than. Alright, I'm going to copy this, obviously. Smaller than, equal, and then bigger than equals. Alright, the AND and the OR. Alright, it's pretty simple. Right, let us create two variables. Alright, to compare. Those are my variable. So let's go with integers again. Int var variable 1 equals 0. Okay, 1 I suppose. Int variable 2 equals 2. Let's keep it easy, short and sweet. And then here, conditional operator. Alright, so here, let me just downsize this here a bit. Right, much better. So here we have our conditional operator. Right, if else, see my previous video if you don't remember. Now we will go start with the equal. Alright, equal is pretty simple. It means does the left side equals the right side. Alright, plain and simple. Right, so here I will go start by putting what we want as the expression. What will happen, basically, that's what it means. What would happen if it's yes? Because yeah, just see my previous video for the if and else. Alright, so if it's yes, we will sys out true, so print true in the console. If it's not, we will put out not, well, false, just false. Alright, so here we will start var1 equals 1. No, not 1. var2. So we will print out this to the console. Alright. Where's my console? Where's my console? Let me just minimize this here. Alright, here it is. Oh, there's trouble here. Right, so false. As you can see here, the answer is false. Why? Because 1 doesn't equal 2. Alright, the same thing works for a lot of other stuff, but let's keep it for numbers for now. Alright, keep it plain and simple, and you can play around with like different type of variables if you want, like strings and stuff, or compare, I don't know, strings for an example, or characters. Alright, chars as we say. Alright, now doesn't equal. Alright, let's just go ahead with the bunch. Alright, so var1 doesn't equal var2. Okay, let's see what's the answer. True. Is it true? var1 equals 1, var2 equals 2. Does var1 doesn't equal var2? Yes. So sys out, print out true to the console. Reason why we have true. Simple as that. Smaller than. Alright, smaller than. Alright, is var1 smaller than, oh, let me remove this. Let's run this. Smaller than var2? Yes, so it prints out true. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Bigger than. Is var1 bigger than var2? Not sure. If you don't know, you have a problem. Alright, come on guys. Now let's print this out. False, obviously, because 2 is bigger than 1. Not sure how to explain this. It's plain and simple. Alright, so let's go back to the smaller equals. Alright, smaller than equal. All right, so this is the one. So is it smaller or equals var2? Let's try it. True. Reason why it's true is because it's either smaller or it equals this. So it's basically the answer. The way to read this is it small? Does it equal this? No. Is it smaller? If it's smaller, if it equals var2, answer will be true. If it's smaller than var2, answer will be true again. All right. So this is the reason why we have this. So let's say if the var1 was equal 2, answer would be true. All right. So now let's move on to the bigger than equals. All right. So is it bigger than var2? No. Does it equals? Yes. So answer should be true, right? Yes. Now let's change the variable 1 to 1. All right. So if we try it, we run it. All right. Prints out false. Why? Because variable 1 equals 1, variable 2 equals 2. Now is variable 1 bigger than variable 2? No, it's not. Does variable 1 equals var2? No, it does not. So answer is false. Plain and simple. All right. Now the AND expression or logical expression are used basically to join two conditions. All right. Let's just call it, keep it this way. All right. So let me give you an example again. We'll just grab two other variables. Let's go with doubles for now. Okay, tired of small numbers here. Let's go doubles. Right. Doubles. Let's call this one variable 3. Well, I guess 4, 3, and 4. All right, plain and simple. So this one will 22 and 24 for an example, whatever. All right. Now, when you're using the AND, it's a combination of both condition. All right. It means both condition needs to be true in order for the condition itself to be true. What I mean by this is, by a combination of two conditional expressions, it will be this. We will have a first one here. All right. And we will have our AND in the middle to compare our logical operator there, and then we will have our second condition here. So let's go with var3 equals var4. So the way we read this, like I said, this condition needs to be true, and this condition needs to be true also in order for this one to be, for the expression to be executed. All right. So basically, both condition needs to be true in order for the complete condition here, the package, to be true. All right. So here, the way we read this is, does var1 is variable 1 superior equals var2? If it's true, we will verify the other one. Does variable 3 equals variable 4? All right. If both of them are true, we will execute this expression here. If one of them is false, answer will be false. All right. So let's just run it. We should know the answer already. False. Why? Because variable 3 doesn't equal variable 4, because variable 3 contains 22, variable 4 contains 24. Now, same thing here. Variable 1 is not bigger than variable 2, or automatically false. All right, it doesn't equal either, so it's automatically false. Now, let's see if variable 1 equal 2 and variable 3 equal 24. As you can see, it returns the value true. Why? Because this one is true. All right, because variable 3 does equal variable 4, and this one is bigger or equals variable 2. Reason why it's true. All right. So let's move on to the OR operator. The OR operator is really simple, one of the easiest to understand out there, because why? One of the condition needs to be true in order for the expression true to be pulled out. All right, let's go out there. Now, if both of them are false, obviously it will bring out the false expression. All right, so the else statement. Now let's go back here. Let's put back what I had before, basically. Yeah, I'm just overdoing it, being lazy for no reason. Alright, so put the OR operator right here. Now, if we run this, it's giving us the answer false. Why? Okay, let's try it out. So, does variable 1 superior equals variable 2? No. Why? 1 is not bigger than 2, and it doesn't equal 2. Does variable 3 equals 4? No. We out. Alright, reason why I put out false, because both of them are false. Remember what I said. One of them needs to be true in order for the expression true to be executed. Alright, so now if I switch this to smaller than equals variable 2, should bring out true. Why? Because this is true, right? Variable 1 is indeed smaller than variable 2, and well, yeah, that's it. But this one still doesn't equal, variable 3 still doesn't equal 24, right? But since 1 is true, then it brings out the variable true. Alright, now let's just switch it a bit. Let's say both of them equals 24. Obviously this is an easy one. Both of them are going to be true because this condition is true here and this condition is true, which means that the global condition itself will be true. Alright, so this is pretty much simple Boolean expressions, guys. Plain and simple. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have any recommendation, suggestions, or comments, just put it in the comments below. Hit the like button. Do not hesitate. Alright, there's no itching on the mouse. Just press the like button, guys. Thank you for watching my video. TheBroGrammer here again today, and we'll bring you another video soon. Thanks. Have a goddamn good day.